Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we were described the scheme number 14, which is what are the different reagent and the condition used during that synthesis that we have described in detail. And what we are going to discuss today is, see here, and during that synthesis one important reaction, named reaction we utilize, the which named reaction utilized during the scheme number 4, which is we are going to see over here Corey-Buxy-Shibata, which is shortly known as CBS reduction, enantioselective borane reduction of ketone catalyzed by chiral oxazoborolidins. So that how it can work, that we are going to see in a detail, how these reaction beautifully applied during this pinaic synthesis. That's why there is a need to study what is that the reaction actually, how it works in detail. We are separately learning or separately discussing over here. That is a Corey-Buxy-Shibata reduction, enantioselective borane reduction of ketone catalyzed by chiral oxazoborolidins. So here in short, general reaction, if you have a starting material, this one, everybody knows this is one of the starting material. What is it? This is acetophenone, right? Okay. Then this acetophenone further treated with the catalyst which is used over here, this one 5-membered ring. Here is a nitrogen containing, then this is a 5-membered ring further attached with another 5-membered ring. Here is a boron, here oxygen atom, this is a 5-membered ring, and for here there is a hydrogen atom. Now boron generally has a 3 bond, and now boron is the only element when the bonds are exceed which has ability to tolerate negative charge, and therefore it is shown over here. And that hydrogen atom can be used for the reduction purpose, and here is one of the phenyl group which I have shown over here. They are like this pH. Here at this junction, the hydrogen atom, which is a chiral center, which is shown over here, that is a chiral catalyst, and this is the starting material which is optically inactive. There is no chirality, but prochiral is there. That is, and due to that reducing reagent, what do you get? Here along with that is BH3, that is a boron hydrate, then THF as an solvent, and then the reaction stored at room temperature, and they got the 97% overall yield for this reaction, and the enantiomeric excess compound were obtained, and the compound which we got over here, this is a compound which we got over here. See here, C double bond OH. Reduction can be done so specifically the chiral center which we have got over here. So that type of the reaction may be termed as asymmetric reaction. So this is a asymmetric reaction because the heading of this article, title of this paper is the asymmetric total synthesis of phenaic acid. So, here if you look at, this is a beautiful example of asymmetric synthesis. Starting compound is a non-chiral in nature, a chiral compound, acetophenone. When it is catalyzed, the catalyst used over here is this one. You can see this is a chiral compound here, 1, 2, 3 chiral catalyst is used here, and when you are using as a chiral, whatever reduction is carried out, we are getting as a chiral compound. We exclusively this one, enantiomeric exit, very high yield, 97%, and therefore this has a very great importance in the synthetic community, or in synthetic chemistry community. This is a very useful reagent for the asymmetric synthesis. Now, let us look at the mechanism, how mechanism can be takes place over here, that we are going to see. Let us see the mechanism. Now, for mechanism purpose, let us see the, now here the positive charge comes on that nitrogen atom. Why I am putting positive charge on nitrogen atom? Because generally nitrogen has a 3 bond, here it exceeds 1 bond, and therefore there are the 4 bond, positive charge comes on that nitrogen atom, and due to that reason we got the reaction. Now let us look at as a mechanism over here. For the mechanism point of view, let me clean this board first, and then we will see the mechanism in detail, how it can takes place, that I am showing over here. Now the catalyst which we are using, this one, this is a catalyst generally we are using over here, double bond boron, here is a negative charge, hydrogen atom, nitrogen carries positive charge, here is one of the hydrogen atom that always below the plane, here I am putting one of the phenyl group which is below the plane, another phenyl group which comes out, which would be the above the plane. Now this is a catalyst, that is a chiral catalyst, negative charge over here, one hydrogen atom, that can be the hydride which is suitably given to, which is suitably utilized for the reduction, and therefore now this will be treated with BH3, that is a borane, borane is used here, BH3, and after that what do you get? That borane, we know that it is an electron deficient in nature, so it is going to attack on that boron, nitrogen, so that you are going to get, this is a compound which I am showing over here, the boron, here I am showing this boron BH3, negative charge over there, here is a positive charge remains there, boron which has this is the 3 bond over there, positive charge still remains on that nitrogen atom, negative charge on this boron atom. This is a hydrogen atom which I have shown over here, phenyl group which is below the plane, another phenyl group which would be above the plane, and after that it is treated with the ketone which is R1 double bond O and R2. I am showing that ketone like this, and after that what do you get? After this one, now this one is going to attack on that boron, and what do you get? You are going to get further N, this 5-membered ring, then oxygen atom, then here is a boron, once again here is a hydrogen, here I am showing as hydrogen atom, here oxygen atom double bond, then we can show R1, R2, here would be the BH3 minus charge over there, positive charge remains as it is. This is a hydrogen atom which I have shown like this. The one of the phenyl group which I am representing below the plane, another phenyl group which should be above the plane, and after that what is going to happen here, I am for sake of convenience here H2 and one hydrogen I am showing over here, and this oxygen atom carries as a positive charge, and now after that what is going to happen, this is the hydrogen atom that is attacking on the carbonyl carbon, this the positive charge get neutralized, and after that what do you get, you are going to get this structure. They are as it is, nitrogen atom over here, this is oxygen atom, then there will be a boron, this hydrogen atom as it is, here is a oxygen atom, then further R2, here is a R1. Now the hydrogen atom comes over here, here is a BH2. So here we can show like this, BH2, positive charge over there, hydrogen atom we can show over here, one of the phenyl group which I am representing below the plane, another phenyl group which I have shown above the plane, and here the negative charge on this boron species, on this boron atom which carries as a negative charge, because whenever boron exceeds as a 4 bond, it must have a negative charge, and therefore there is a possibility of transfer of hydrides. And after that what do you get, when it is treated with BH3 once again, what is going to happen, the product which we are going to get over here is like this. Let us see here, this is a compound which I am representing over here like this, oxygen atom, then here is a boron EH, here this is a nitrogen atom which has already BH3 minus charge over there once again, and here the hydrogen atom, one of the phenyl group and another phenyl group which should be above the plane. Along with this we are getting the structure should be here like this. I am showing this one R1, it should be R2, and then this is a hydrogen atom, and here OBH2 that is formed over there, and this compound further converted into like this. Let us see how it will be converted, that I am representing over here. So in the square bracket we are getting, this is a thick bond, this is a dotted line, here is a hydrogen atom, here O, then there is a B here like this, R1, R2, twice BH, and this is a further converted into this compound. The finally we got here as the structure is this one H, then OH dash dash, there is a R1, R2, that is a stereochemically we got this. The catalytic cycle is shown as follows. The catalytic cycle also present over there, how it will be treated over there, and that can be represented over here, that catalytic cycle how it is take place, that is also represented beautifully in this case. So, let us see that one also, how it will be taking place, that cycle, and after that we will get as a same transition state and all this. For example, here let us see some example over here. Suppose we have, here is an example, suppose we have starting compound is this one, is a O, then C double bond O, then SO2, C6, H4, CS3P, CS3P. That is a structure when it is treated with the reagent like this, 0.1 equivalent, 0.1 equivalent, that is a SCBS. SCBS means sinister CBS means that reagent, and 1.0 equivalent is IPR2 PRET NPH BH3, and the solvent used as a THF. They stored for room temperature, syringe, and that syringe pump. This reaction stored for 1.5 hours, 98% overall yield is obtained, and 97% enantiomeric excess is obtained. And finally, what you are going to remember, this is the reagent, all these reagents added together, there is a reduction of this compound, and this get reduced selectively, that OH, that is what we can call it as a SO2. Then here I am writing C6H, C6H4, CS3P, that is a paraffin, this group. Only what you have to focus, this is going to convert it into as a, this moiety, that is a achiral compound is converted into as a chiral, that is a speciality of that compound, and that we have seen over here. And then one more example, let us see that also we are going to see over here. Suppose we have a compound like this, C double bond O, 7-membered ring. Here is a methyl group, then the side chain will be this one, which has tertiary group. Here is a carbonyl group, here also has a carbonyl group, and when it is treated with the reagent like this one, BH3 SM2 dimethyl sulfide catalyst is used as RCBS, rectus CBS. CBS is nothing but as a Corey-Buxy Sabata, shortly known as a CBS, and the solvent used as CH2Cl2, dichloromethane, temperature kept 30 degrees centigrade, and the overall yield obtained nearly 84%, and which is greater than 99% enantiomeric excess. And the product which we are going to get over here, this is a product which we are getting, this carbonyl get reduced selectively and other thing remains as it is. O double bond O, this is a group attached over there and this carbonyl group remains as it is. That is the speciality of this Corey-Buxy-Shibata reduction. So, exclusively we are getting as a here this type of, and next step was the cross metathesis again. However, in the two precursors 28 and 29, there are a total of 4 type of carbon-carbon double bonds, which made the reaction even more challenging than the upper side chain case. Fortunately, the two terminal double bonds proved to be more reactive, presumably for steric reasons, and led to the fully protected phenolic acid 31 as a single trans isomer C15C16 bond in 69% yield based on 42% recovered starting material. Next, after successive deprotection of the two silyl protecting groups, the TFA trifluoroacid amide and the ethyl ester by the usual method, the chiral phenolic acid was obtained in the sodium salt, from which is the identical with the synthetic racemic phenolic acid sodium salt on comparison of the H1NMR spectra. In conclusion, they have successfully completed the efficient asymmetric total synthesis of phenolic acid through a strategy involving palladium trimethylene methane 3+2 cyclization, 4-step tandem hydrogenation cyclization, and cross olefin metathesis reaction. Except for that of C17, all of the stereochemistry could be efficiently controlled from a single methyl group of cyclopentanone 10, which was originally obtained from the inexpensive R. Poulegon. Further studies are underway in their laboratory toward the synthesis of halichlorine. And so, I think with this we have seen the detailed discussion of phenolic acid. The title of that article is the asymmetric total synthesis of phenolic acid, which we have described what are the important named reaction they have used during that synthesis, that we have fully described with their general reaction and mechanism, how that reaction are applied during that phenolic acid, that also we have described, mainly Beckmann rearrangement reaction, Horner Wadsworth Evan reduction, then Corey Buxy Shibata reduction. These are the main named reaction involved during that synthesis that we also described their general reaction and the mechanism, and to understand that basic concept, for that we also describe some examples. So, in this way we have completed that first part, we can say first papers part. So, in the second, related to that, the title which is also published in a communications, consign stereo selective routes to advanced intermediate related to natural and unnatural phenolic acid. This article was published in communication which has high impact factor by the following authors: Matthew W. Carrison, Gunchol Kim, Martin F. Hanteman, Dirk Troner, and Samuel J. Danishevsky, which is a star author, main author of that paper. And this paper, that paper, they were dedicated to the professor of A.L. Mayers for his continuing accomplishment. So, I think that paper's description, we will discuss what they have described there. The title itself suggests that consign very systematically how they are, what is their approach or the perspective toward that synthesis, that is a stereo selective. Stereo selective routes to advanced intermediate related to natural and unnatural phenolic acid. That the detail of that we will discuss in our next lecture. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.